And welcome back to another fitness episode of The Careful Boys, where we have Mr. Jared and Dr. Mike over here, everybody.
The brightest minds.
Greatest. It's all brain, no brown over here. So, we want to talk about fitness influencers. We want to talk about the good and the bad. We heard you guys were talking about a couple on your guys' show, on your guys' YouTubes. And I'm curious about fitness nowadays, and I'll be going down the gram, I'll be going on YouTube, I'll be looking at stuff. I'm gonna admit some stuff, and you can tell me if they're cool or not. I've seen some videos from like this dude, I forget his name, but he's does Kalyne X. Is that a good one? Huh? Be honest.
Oh, Mr. Jeff Cavalier.
That's the one.
The keto guy?
Cavalier.
Oh, is it? Jeff Cavalier.
Oh shit! Wait, is he the keto guy or the intermittent?
He looks like he's 100 years old, but he's
like
just
the PT guy.
Yeah.
He's a PT guy that says a lot of stuff about
Physical therapy.
Yeah.
And he takes markers and he draws the different
always curling, dude.
variations of his fucking muscles and stuff to show you what's cool.
Like, probably 70 or 80% of his shit is just right on, and it's just totally good. But some fraction of his stuff is like questionable whether or not so he'll make claims like, oh, don't do this movement because it'll get you hurt.
Yeah.
And you're like, if you know things like Jared and I do, we give that like Thomas Sowell, like it's by no means clear face. Anyone who catches that, please comment. I'll love you a million. Is an economist.
Yeah.
We're really nerdy. We don't have friends in real life.
I know who he is.
We have parasocial relationships.
Okay, well, say 70% is still pretty good.
70% is pretty good,
That's
but
pretty
if you
good. That's
over-index on the shit he tells you not to do, you're just like it's like someone who's like, okay, eat super healthy, run a lot, do push-ups. It's great, great. Like, never, ever, ever talk to people named Bob, ever. And you're like, okay, that seems kind of out of place. What's going to die? Children are going to die. And you're like, okay, well, the rest of the shit sounds reasonable.
The other 70% was good.
Yeah, because he's like, he'll be like, oh, do squats and deadlifts and eat well. And you're like, oh, it's great. And I tried this row, it works great. Like, oh my God, he can't miss. And he's like, if you do one upright row, your shoulders will detonate. Thermonuclear shoulder war will occur. You're going to die. People around you are going to die. And you're like, what?
That makes you question the reasonable things then.
It makes you question the reasonable. But as educated sports scientists, we're here to tell you that he's chock full of reasonable shit. But now you have a problem. You have a filtering problem. You don't know, being non-expert motherfuckers like you, just good-looking people.
Maybe that's just the fact that he's got to be like constantly content creation.
You gotta spin that shit.
That's what I thought too. Is like you eventually get kind of like there's a cap to how much you can say the same things, right? Or like, what else are they gonna create?
I don't know. Yeah. Fitness is always new audience though. That's why he's kind of catching wind again. To be honest, he's saying a lot of the same shit he said back when I was in high school. But it's just new videos.
Okay,
he's saying it a different way.
So who are some of your favorite people that are out there like saying fitness shit?
Renaissance periodization.
Jeez, Jerry, selfless plug. It's like, yes,
you're mostly on there, so really I'm just.
I like that.
I always like Michael Jackson's fitness advice.
Yeah, he was good.
What's his? He's great about youth fitness. Okay, why is that so funny?
Because me and him, we go back and forth on Michael Jackson.
Yep. Oh my God! Yeah. Fuck the rest of this conversation.
Me and Joe debate.
Honestly, so the guy who runs our YouTube channel, Scott the Video Guy, him and I go back and forth about Michael Jackson. I just can't stand it.
What's your stance?
What's your stance?
Okay, my stance was originally neutral. Then my friend, Ashley K, you know who you are. She was like, hey, you would find this 4-hour-long documentary on HBO.
Finding Neverland?
Yeah. Whatever the fuck it was called. Yeah, we found that shit too. Yeah. It turns out a couple of fucking little kids found it a bit early, you can feel me. And it was not unpopulated place. There was a population one, Mr. Michael Jackson. And the population density was very high because he's very close to the children. Enough allegory. Yeah, that 4 hour, if you haven't seen it and you love Michael Jackson's music, and you think that the world is morally neutral and you're okay knowing bad things happen but you don't care about them, like you eat meat, you're okay with defensive warfare, just don't ever watch those 4 hours.
I watched it over and over and I think it's fake as shit.
Oh shit, we got a conspiracy. Scott the Video Guy's the same way. He refuses to even acknowledge that there were documentaries. He's like, oh, you mean by those liars who lied and said in court that Michael Jackson didn't do anything? And I was like, he's like, in a court of law? And I'm like, people lie in court all the time. He's like, nonsense, Michael Jackson's innocent. Because Michael Jackson, there's levels to music, and this motherfucker done broke through all of them.
Yeah.
He is
this
level.
Yeah.
And so it's tough to blame him for the completely heinous, insane, and obvious over evidenced shit he's done to dozens of children.
It's not dozens. It's only 3.
I'm like, what do you really do? Tell him to bend over so he can touch his own self? Like, I mean, come on.
He did all kinds of shit like that. Yeah.
You only had a little Jesus juice with them. I don't see what the problem with that is. And you guys don't enjoy a good sleepover? I don't understand.
And Joe's a plus or minus 3 kids guy, just in case you're.
It's all hazy in that range.
Yeah, you never know. You know?
Yeah. You know, listen, I wish I had never known that shit about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Because the first time I heard "Shit Is Not My Son," Billie Jean, after the shit, it was kind of like in like fucking
Definitely not.
Black Hawk Down, when the guy gets up and there's a guy like, and he can't hear. It's like,
Oh yeah.
that's how I heard fucking Billie Jean after that. I was just like, oh my
That's not good.
Because, you know, he was like, the kid is not my son. Jared and I were talking about in the car that I believe you.
I believe you 100%.
Because he was not looking for heterosexual relationships with women.
You can't remove the artist and the human.
They found porn. They found porn in his house. He likes porn.
It was all child porn.
Child porn. It's regular porn.
Dude, he had layers of
Heterosexual?
fucking, like, making sure people didn't find out. Did you guys know that Michael Jackson has no biological children?
Blanket.
Really?
Really?
That's a conspiracy.
Google that shit. Google a conspiracy.
Who does Blanket or Paris? Who do they belong to?
Blanket and bears.
His biological children.
Really?
Really?
That's what I've been led to
Someone else
believe.
has someone
I
else.
believe it though.
Someone else is their
That
dad.
seems legit. You ever see that interview with Michael Jackson?
Lisa Marie Presley's children.
But who's the dad?
The conspiracy is that it's one of his friends that impregnated her for him. It's not his actual
They
kid.
don't look like Michael at all.
Father.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, based off of this.
They need a 23andMe, I would say.
Based off.
Like I would imagine
You
Blake
think
would
they'll
pick up
share?
some music, you know?
You think they'll share that?
Paris and Prince's mother, Debbie Rowe, has publicly stated Michael Jackson is not his children's biological father. Days after Michael Jackson's death in 2009 at the age of 50, his ex-wife Debbie Rowe spoke to a British tabloid about
Nothing
the
but net.
And then Blanket was born to another surrogate mother who had no idea Jackson would be the father. I don't know what that statement means.
That's complicated.
Surrogate
Not my son.
mother?
He said it early. He was right.
Wait, so it's not Lisa Marie Presley's kid?
Says a surrogate whose identity has never been disclosed. Blanket, who now goes by BG.
And
It was, you know, it was
BG?
PYT that fucked it up for me.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because I thought.
Pretty young.
Yeah,
thing.
the
Not
young.
a girl.
Yeah, sure he is. And he's talking about young, like 18 to 22. Also, I've told myself that.
But I will tell you what, it doesn't matter. The jam is still a jam.
Joe, he fucks.
so good.
Michael Jackson, again, like that shit comes on, and you're like, I hate fucking pedophiles, all those pieces of shit. They all need to burn. And the shit, the fucking what's that shit? Like Thriller comes on, dun, dun, and all of a sudden I'm doing this shit. I'm like, I can't stop, baby.
It's like I'm a monster too.
Terrible. He was a real monster. I mean, like
If
It's kind of worth it though.
if everything about Disney was true, all that shit.
Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like an anti-Semite? And shit?
Well, and also just like they try to say like pedophilia,
in his opinions, goddammit.
like
Have you
pedophilia,
seen
all that shit.
liberal media?
You telling me I'm never gonna put on another Disney movie while I have a nice young lady over? We're gonna watch Coco together, not because she's Latina. I'm not gonna watch the movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
If the movie's inside.
Of course I'm watching the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch all the Disney movies.
Yeah, no.
Because the animators weren't all pedophiles.
I don't care if 100% of that's for real.
Yeah.
I'm watching the movies.
Yeah.
I removed the master from their crime.
That's right. Hugo Boss, I think, designed
Yep, he
the Nazis' uniforms.
And that's why they look so cool.
They look fucking great.
Yeah, they look great.
Terrible people.
Yeah, I hate it.
Amazing fucking drip swag. You know, like it's just on. And like Hugo Boss doesn't fucking miss. It just doesn't.
They killed it. Did you know
that like Adidas,
the
too?
VW Bug was designed by Hitler and his crew?
That's ugly.
Yeah, that's whack. Thumbs down, dude.
Today's video is brought to you by Uncommon Goods. Are you tired of the same old gifts, buying the same old Christmas sweaters, the back scrubbers that your grandma don't need? Well, check out Uncommon Goods because they got unique holiday gifts for everybody. Uncommon Goods often carries a lot of cool, unique items from artists and handmade goods right here, made in the US. Yeah, everything's small batch, super unique, and you can find something for old, young, lesbian, whatever you're into. Whatever. Check it out over here. Here's an example. mochi donut kit.
And you know they sent this to us because we're Asian, right?
Yep, they're not being racist. They just thought it matched.
And I think that they actually nailed it because I love this. It's from Mr. Morimoto. You know him? He's so famous.
Yeah, so imagine getting a gift like this, then the family gets to bond, everyone gets to hang out, and it's way better than getting ginger ice cream, which no one wants to eat anyways.
And look at that. It's signed. It's got matcha. It's got cocoa flavor. It's got strawberry. You can make mochi donuts at home and have fun with the whole family.
To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/offtherecord. That's uncommongoods.com/offtherecord for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary.
Well, I want a VW bus.
Oh, those are the worst.
Oh, bus.
Not the bus. I want the bus. I want the bus.
Some white women with armpit hair too to go along with that. Shaggy.
I don't like.
Oh, all right.
I'll take the white girls, but not the hair.
Really open-hearted people that just love to love.
Love to love.
I see them a lot in Hawaii. They usually have a pocket full of crystals too.
Yes.
Crystals are good. You always got to keep one around, no?
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Nothing they affect will be around.
This one's for success. This one.
This is for wealth.
They're like projecting their success. They're like
Manifesting. Yeah.
But you also got to charge them. You have to leave them out in the sun so they can charge, so they have energy.
That's how they charge them.
The
I know, you guys didn't know that.
What's it called? The law of attraction?
Yeah.
My wife and I were watching dating shows.
What is that? Is that where you like whatever you put out there comes to you?
Yes. And there's one guy describing it. And
The universal
so
law
these
of
two.
attraction.
There was one of the. Yeah, that's right. There was these two people. What's it called? Like Love Island or some shit like that. And there's like a Korean version, which is dope as fuck. But then we watching the regular American version, and these two people met up, because they put on mini dates on the fucking island, and they're like, what are you up to? Blah blah blah. And in 2 seconds, they were like, yeah, like law of attraction, whatever. Like, oh, I'm totally into that. And I was like, the fuck. So we paused it, Googled it, and we were like, so law of attraction is like whatever like vibes you put out into the world are gonna come back. Well,
Tenfold.
You can, if you really think that, you're schizophrenic. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you don't have a non-physical effect on the outside world. You're at 8 years old developmentally, or you're off the fucking cliff and you need medical attention. And both of these young, beautiful adults are like, yep, I'm into that shit. Dude, if I was on that dating show and she was like, I'm into law of attraction, I'd be like, the fuck? Like gravitation and shit? She's like, no. And she described it, I'd be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I gotta get off the
Strong
side.
nuclear. We're not mentally able to consent to
They all got IQ under 100.
Say what?
They all have an IQ under 100.
On those shows, I swear to God, they test for it because
Yeah, you're too smart. Get the fuck
yeah,
out of here.
100%.
They know how to pick them, dude.
I don't have enough game to be on a show like that, to be honest.
For some reason, I think you might kill it.
Yeah.
I'd fold up. I'd fucking.
I don't think those shows
You know
are
when your
about
dick
winning.
like goes into your fucking just back in. I'd just be like that the whole time. Like I just totally just get my neurotic Jew character. A new girl comes in the show like, oh, she's beautiful. Hi. My name is Mike. Hi. The guys on those shows, man. Again. Maybe the straightest person ever.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like railroad, not the shit that turns either. Straight.
One way.
Downtown Pittsburgh, like that. And we were watching those dating shows, my wife and I, and I'm like, yeah, the girls are fine as fuck. They're all fine as hell. Right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Seen one, you seen them all type of shit. The boys. Like, look, like I am so straight. They're all like charming and shit, and they're beautiful.
Are they real alpha males?
But subtly, bro.
Yeah.
Like one of them, like, cause like I've kind of I'm not as alpha. I look like a fucking whatever. I nobody's gonna out alpha me on a fucking show. If I was on a show and a guy was like, "What up?" I'd be like, "The fuck?" And he'd just be like, sorry. My ears look like do I look like I'm in a few fist fights? The fuck out of my face. No, it wasn't that. It was this one guy was like putting this fucking hardcore game down on this bitch. And he was like the most eye-lasered motherfucker ever. He was like, I really just find you exceptionally attractive.
Ugh, creep.
Yo, bro, no, but he was so fucking beautiful. He did it with so much goddamn conviction. He cooked her ass. He just cooked her on live TV. He's like, I'm really into you, and I really think we should do something. And she's just like,
Okay.
okay.
The good looks already did half the work.
Fuck. And I was like, dude, if I was her, I would be fucking peeing myself.
Yeah.
With lust. The law of attraction.
Laws of attraction.
You just gotta put it out there, dude. As soon as you put it out.
Oh, we were talking about fitness influencers, but this is good.
Yo, oh yeah.
Island, they end up being fitness influencers.
Dude, some of those guys are fitness influencers.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so truth be told, when I watch these shows, mostly I'm high as fuck.
Yeah.
Because like sober, I'm just like, these people are fucking idiots.
Yeah, I can't watch the shows. I feel
You gotta
like I'm
watch
getting
it.
dumber.
You gotta watch it
But if you're
high.
high, I understand.
I'm like, I get all the the psychodynamics, and they're all primates, and it's great. So one of the times,
Because now you're watching a zoo.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. I think.
and so I'm high as fuck with my wife, who's sober, and putting up on my bullshit. And we're watching one of these shows, and I'm like, wait a minute, these are real people. This is like 2021. The show was filmed, and I'm like, because to me they're famous. As soon as you're on TV, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute, let's go look at their Instagrams or whatever. And like, they got less following than I do.
Yeah.
And they're like in fitness, sort of. I was like, they might know who I am.
Yeah.
And because one of those guys walked up to me in like Dragon's Lair in Vegas, was like, Dr. Mike, I follow shit. I'd be like,
I'm peeing lust.
yeah. But he doesn't break eye contact, and he's just staring at you the whole time.
oh my god.
Like, I would love to work out with you.
I'm like a fucking hot dog in there. Don't worry, I pre-cooked. I'm already fucking ready on the inside.
We have some fans that were on a 90 Day Fiancé.
Really?
And I was like, damn, that's crazy. We watch you.
Ooh.
It was on The Other Way. You know when they go to their country? Yeah. It's called like 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. Yeah.
No functioning sewer system and shit like that.
Why would you want a 90?
Coming to America with me?
Some fine ass people in countries like that. That's where Jared's going. There's a humanitarian disaster and it's got brown women in it. Jerry's there moving bricks and shit,
The
building.
poorer the country, the more beautiful everyone is.
I should. It's a good idea. We're gonna make a farm. We got this all planned out.
Really? Where? Here or Southeast Asia?
It'll be here.
It's like a network would bring them from
Quality of life. I mean,
I like that.
less giant centipedes.
I like
More sewage systems.
Yeah, more food systems.
Jared, let's talk about the pluses and minuses of getting you to Vietnam. On the plus side, Vietnamese girls, let's game over. Again, total respect. If you're a woman and whatever race you are, I don't care, and you think you're fine, there's always a Vietnamese bitch that's gonna outshine you. She's there, she's like, wherever you walk into some club and you're like, oh my god, I'm hot shit. Some Vietnamese girl walks by and you're like, what? Angels. and then, because you're Jared, right? So you're like, I'm there, the Jerry Force.
100%.
And then you were looking at like the tour guide thing in the airport for Vietnam, and it's like, oh, like our spirit animal, and it's real and it's everywhere, is the fucking foot-long giant centipede.
Yeah.
And you're like, but the girls.
Just go to Westminster or Texas, Houston. There's enough here.
Vietnamese Americans are different.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Need authentic.
Wait, why are they different?
Oh, we just got into some heavy racism. You just waved that right off.
No, I'm just saying.
Why are they different?
There's a lot of them, is all I'm
They are.
saying.
Vietnamese girls in America, dude, they.
That's what he likes.
Oh, he loves that.
Oh no!
It's not that I
gonna
like
send them
you.
back to
just-
Michigan
that
or
just-
whatever.
Actually, yes.
This is your flavor, you know?
Because the Vietnamese girls here is
Everybody's normal at
outside of a Vietnamese, but the inside of a Latina.
That's everywhere.
That's Jerry's ultimate girl. What the fuck? Like, wait, where are these girls?
Come on over to Garden Grove.
You need to go to Houston then.
Houston, Westminster, Santa Ana.
All of them.
Dude,
Santa Ana.
there's many
Sacramento
Vietnamese.
even.
I think just coming on this show in
San
itself
Jose.
has really opened the
It's an
door for
outreach
a lot
effort.
of-
Can you do like a presidential candidacy speech on here? Like, dear brown women of the world, I'm Jared Feather, and I want to be elected as your superhero god. And I will make sweet love to each and every one of you if I'm appointed.
We have to do this.
Ghostwriter right there.
Right there.
Man, there's always a Jew writing the shit. You can't underhand pitch me the shit like that. That's true. Bow!
Just need a Jew rider.
T-ball, dude.
Well, except I'm Jewish, so I missed the T and shit. Sprained my ankle. Oy! I know the best orthopedist. That's a typical, like if you're like a New York Jew guy, sounds really racist, but I'm Jewish, remember, you can't cancel me for this shit. You're always like getting treatment for minor shit that you're not supposed to have at your age, but you brag to people to make up for it by how good the fucking orthopedist is. Mordecai, what happened to your ankle? I don't know, I woke up at night and it was swollen. I'm getting it treated at the same doctor that does the New York Jets. And you're like, my God, for how awful your genetics are, being alive and in one shape, you sure do have connections with the best. That's what matters.
Oh man. This is funny because I used to work at a mortgage company with a lot of Jewish dudes.
You said it all already.
Company with Jewish
How
guys.
long is my stereotype?
But we would compete Asians versus Jews.
Everyone loses downhill.
Who would get more?
Who can be more neurotic? Jews are like, oh, Asians like, I'm not neurotic. I just don't tell anyone about it. Jews bitch. Asians have the same amount of neurosis, but they just keep it all in.